What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds, where today I sold the majority of my cars from AAR headquarters. And I am not happy to announce that I lost a ton of money. I lost 5 figures on this most recent batch of cars that I sold. And I'm gonna get into it right now, show you guys which cars sold for what, and then I'm gonna tell you at the end how much I lost in total. Let's start with my 1997 Lexus LS400, the car that has been the bane of my existence for many months now. Well, currently I have $1,799 into this car. That was before I put tires on. I didn't even include like any parts that I bought for any of these cars or any work that I've done to them. This is just what I have into the car. All right, and this one's got brand new tires. This one, $1,799. Nick, you want to guess? Come over here, let's guess. Let's play a game with Nick. You guys can join in. How much do you think I sold this car for? It doesn't run anymore. It didn't run when I got it, but I got it running. It will start, but only for a moment, then it dies.
How much did you pay for it originally?
Originally, about $1,799.
I think it sounds like $1,000, $1,200.
You think it sold for $1,000 to $1,200? You guys, hopefully you put your guess in below. Are you ready to hear the real number, Nick?
Yes.
The real number is $150. I kid you not. I'm not. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. I sold this car for $150. So here's the reality. I sold it for $250 at ACV auctions.
Yeah.
But there's a $100 listing fee. So my cut is it's $100. No. I sold it for $250.
Okay,
$100 fee. It leaves me with $150 out of this car. So obviously I lost a lot of money on that one. Okay, next, the cop car. I did not sell the cop car because I love this car. I never drive it, we never use it, and at some point I probably will end up just letting it go.
So?
I probably will. Nick, it just doesn't make any sense to hold on to cars, have them sitting out here, sinking into the dirt, not being used.
I mean, like, it's a cop car. I mean, like...
It is, and it's cool to have, but at the same time, I don't know. For now, though, I'm keeping it because I did not sell it with this last batch of cars. Then we have the S65 AMG, which obviously I'm not selling. I actually had somebody in the comments cussing me out, telling me that he said some choice words to me about this car because he said that I sold it. He said, I put in, because this is the giveaway car, he said that he had bought some merchandise to enter to win it. And he said that I was such a POS and like I said, a lot of other nasty things because I sold the car. And I'm like, what?
Still here?
It's right here. This car is not going anywhere. It's the giveaway car. And if you want to enter to win, it's fanathem.com, fanathem.com/AAR. Okay, you can buy yourself a piece of merchandise, enters you for a chance to win a twin turbo V12 Mercedes Benz with like 120,000 miles on the odometer. So he got really upset because he did not understand that I have multiple S-classes. This is not the only S-class I have. He got confused and then called me horrible things. And then when I confronted him and said, hey, you know, you're wrong, he got mad at me yet again for telling him that he was wrong. Okay, so just so everybody knows, the giveaway car is still here. It is not going. Why would I sell the giveaway car? That would probably, I'm pretty sure it'd be illegal. So no. Next, the CL55 AMG. Do you think we sold this one or not?
I think you did.
You did? What do you think I sold it for?
$2,000.
$2,000.
I'm lowballing it.
$2,000. I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't sell that car, Nick. Moving on.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't sell that one. I like this. I really like this car, and I want to have a little fun with it. Obviously, my 2024 Dodge Charger Scat Pack EV Daytona is not going anywhere. This is a lease. It will sit here for another 2 years. Okay, this is the big one. I don't want to give these two away yet because these are like the creme de la creme cars right here, the S63 AMG and the E63S. Did you notice, Nick? You probably didn't. Did I debadge this car? You notice the bi-turbo, those crooked badges that were on it? I removed them. I did because I thought they just looked bad and I thought it was going to hurt the sale of the car. So I took the badges off, and honestly, I think it looks better without them. I think it gives it just a more aggressive look without all the badges on it. Okay, let's do this one. Did I sell this one? Yes, I sold this one.
I think you did.
Okay, what do you think I sold this one for, and how much do you think I had into this? What do you think I paid for this car?
Okay, I think you paid maybe like $4,000 maybe.
$4,000. I paid $2,100.
Oh, then this is like $800.
You think I got $800? He's getting the idea of how my business works. No, Nick, this one did a little better than that. I sold it for $1,350.
$1,300.
But after a $150 fee on this one, I was left with $1,200. And that does not include the like $900 or $1,100 in shipping. Like I said, I'm not including anything other than the price of the car. So when I tell you what I lost, it's actually quite a bit more than that when you consider all of these cars had to be shipped. This one in particular was shipped from Sun Valley, California out here. And it cost me, is either $900 or $1,100 to ship this one here. So yeah, obviously I lost a considerable amount on this one. Now, this one surprised me. And I'm not going to tell you if it's in a good way or a bad way. I did not pay much for this car. What do you think I had into this car, Nick?
$2,000.
$2,000. You're close. I had $2,904 into like the purchase price alone. I put some trans fluid in it that I had in the garage, and I cleaned it up. Other than that, like I really didn't put any money into this. But again, shipping, I had to ship this from like New Mexico or Arizona. So that's probably like another $700 or $800. Anyway, $2,904. What do you think this sold for?
You definitely lost some money on it.
Sure.
$2,500.
$2,500? That's what you think I sold it for? $250. I'm not even joking. I've got the, I don't want to show them that. I got the numbers right in front. I'm not joking with you. I'm not joking with you. Nick, I listed this car 3 different times because I thought there was a fluke. I thought there's something not right here. Because I bought it from Manheim for $2,904. I paid, and again, it's probably another $800-900 in shipping. The car runs and drives now. Before, it would not even move on its own. This car would not go. It runs and drives now. Monkey Wrench Mike and I took it out. Nick, we drove the hell out of it down these back roads. I mean, Monkey Wrench Mike was doing triple digits. In kilometers, I should say. In kilometers per hour, Monkey Wrench Mike was doing triple digits. He put this car through the paces, man, and it took all of it. Still runs and drives fine. It sold for $350. And after the $100 fee on this one, it left me with $250.
Kept it that point. Oh my God.
That's what a lot of people are going to say. A lot of people are going to say, like the Lexus, for $150, I might as well sold it to the scrapyard.
You got more out of that.
I probably could have got more from the scrapyard out of it than $150. The C32, this thing's a running, driving car. All right, I mean, I got $3 grand of this car, and my cut after the fees are $250. Okay, moving on to this one, and this one's a bit of a conundrum. Nick actually really likes this little car.
I do.
How much do you think I paid for it?
$3,000.
$3,000. You're pretty close. I got $2,300 into it. I think I paid like 16 or 17, but then there's auction fees, and it was like $100 to ship it from IAA in Oklahoma City down here. So not bad. Now, what do you think I sold this for?
$1,000.
$1,150.
Really close I've been.
Yeah, and my cut of that is like right at $1,000. Right at $1,000. This is a running and drive. It needs a catalytic converter. Full disclosure, and I listed that in the description. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's sold on a red light also, so there's no mediation on this. But I did list that it does have the converter issue. Yeah, I lost over $1,000 after fixing this car to the point where you could drive. Before, you could not drive this. Yeah. It would not. It would go maybe 10, 15 miles an hour, then to try to die. As soon as you'd get it up to speed, it would die. Now you can actually drive it on the highway, and yet I lost $1,000 on it. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the big ones. All right. And oh, the best part of this one is, Nick, I did lose the $1,000 on it, but I also just got it back.
Oh, yeah.
Because we ended up running into a serious issue with this car. The title is not here. And that's my fault for not verifying that I had the title. But the title is not here for that. So when I contacted Insurance Auto Auctions, they told me that they mailed it to Los Angeles like a week and a half ago. And I was like, Los Angeles? It's like, no. No, the title definitely doesn't belong in Los Angeles. So now they're trying to figure out where the title is and how to get me a new title. If they can't provide a new title within a reasonable amount of time, I'm probably going to unwind the deal with IAA and just tell them they need to take the car back. At which point I will get all of my money back. I would make more money sending it back to them and getting a refund than selling it in better condition than it was when I bought it. But that's a video for another day. Hopefully they can get a duplicate title quickly and we'll get it done with. But I had to unwind the deal on that car because they were not willing to wait on the title.
Yeah.
So that one will have to be figured out for another day. Here's one Nick really likes. The E63S AMG. What do you think I had into this one, Nick?
15,000.
15, not bad. I got 11,000. Now I bought this for $10,400, but there's auction fees and stuff that go into it too. This one was a total of $11,746, but again, I had to have it shipped. And I don't even remember where this one shipped from, but I'm sure because I usually buy these cars a long way away, this car was probably another $800 or so in shipping. What do you think I sold it for?
7,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
You're out of your damn mind. No, Nick, I didn't do good, but I did okay on this. I sold it for $11,075.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
You about made that back.
I did.
Yeah.
And that's after my cut, okay? That's after my cut. So that means I sold it for I put this on a green light, so it's probably like $11,250 or something like that. But anyway, my cut is $11,075. So really, after video revenue, I actually didn't lose on this one. Now, for the biggest one of the lot, this one, I definitely lost. Have a little faith in me, Nick. What do you think I had in this one?
Let's do like 20.
20? Close. $24,360. Now, what do you think I sold my 2014 S63 AMG for?
You know what? I'm gonna lowball it just for video.
Do it.
10,000.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. No, we'd be keeping it at that point. It's unfortunate, but I sold this one for $21,275.
Oh, I was way over there.
Yeah, I mean, but still, that's my cut again, and $24,360. This one didn't cost that much to ship because it came from Texas, so it was only like $350
That's not that bad.
in shipping. So, you know, I probably had about $24,600, maybe $24,700, and I sold it for $21,275, my cut. So I still did lose considerably, though. I mean, you're talking several $1,000s that I lost on this car. And when you add all of them together that I have sold, it equates to around $34,950 is what I sold them for, but I had $43,000 into them.
My God.
Before shipping. That's beef, again, we're talking, when you add up shipping, you're talking 300, that's 800, so 11, probably 1,900, 2,700, 28, so you're looking at least around another $2,800 in shipping. So almost $3,000 in shipping on top of that. We're talking, Nick, this week, I have lost close to $13,000 in car sales.
It's a lot, seriously.
I'm starting to think I'm not very good at this, and I need to come up with I gotta come up with another idea, Nick. This is not good.
I think you might work out a lot.
Yeah, well, I do have a new plan. We'll see how it goes. It all comes down to what do people actually want to watch on my channel, and that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. So I think we're gonna buy maybe one or two old schools, 60s, 70s models, maybe Chevy, Dodge or something, I don't know. Some old school, like total crap. Rusty, probably engines are locked up, and we'll just see if we can get them running and driving again, kind of resurrect these old cars, and we'll see what people think of that. They like it, great. If they don't, we won't do it again. I also just purchased a hydrogen-fueled car, a Toyota, and a lot of people are going to think that I was unaware of this, but I've actually looked into Toyota Mirai before, and I knew that it was hydrogen, which I thought made it interesting, and that's why I decided to buy it. And they sell for nothing. Nobody buys these cars. They're really nice. They're actually really nice cars, but you can get an almost new one for like $6 grand. Like nobody wants these things. The reason being, you cannot get fuel for them anywhere in the country other than California. And I think there's one station in Hawaii. So if you buy this car, you cannot get gas for it.
True.
So I bought one. And I thought, you know, let's just have it shipped from California out here to Oklahoma where you can't possibly get any fuel for it. And let's do a review video and
dump it.
Yeah, probably. I'm curious about this hydrogen car where supposedly if you wanted to, you could drink the exhaust because hydrogen fuel cells emit water as their byproduct. Literally, H2O, because it's H2 and it combines it with oxygen to create energy to power the car, and the byproduct is literally water.
Pretty cool. I can't wait
How
to see it.
freaking cool is that? What's not cool is the $25 per kilogram to fill up your tank, and you still only get 300 to 400 miles to a tank. So that's not so cool, but that's going to be coming very soon. I'm actually trying to work something out with the guy in California and see if we can't get something figured out. But I already bought the car, so it's going to be coming to the channel soon. Like I said, we're probably going to buy 1 or 2 old schools and just tinker with those out here as well. See if we can bring some, you know, long forgotten dead cars that have been buried in a garage, a barn, or a field back to life. And, you know, other than that, just a few regular cars like we normally do around here. But I think the Mercedes, the majority of them, I think it did not work. I tried it. It didn't work, and I ended up losing even more money trying to sell them. So with that, thank you, Nick, for coming out here today. I think we're going to get out of here and thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.